Okay, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. You are audible.
Recording in progress.
Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay. So hi and welcome to the 7 days beginners to advanced course on Google Earth Engine platform, and I am course coordinator. So this is our full course content. We will cover all of the course content within 7 days, and today is our second day. Okay, and this is our full course content for 7 days. We completed all of the course content, and basically today is our second day. Our second day course content will be that today I will try to discuss about the filtering and displaying the satellite images, Landsat and Sentinel. So how you can easily filter the Landsat and Sentinel satellite imagery using the Google Earth Engine platform. Then how you can easily use the different types of band combination, just as we can say that the true color composite or false color composite, different types of band combination we also try to. Then export the satellite imagery, how you can easily export the satellite imagery. Then how to import, filter, reduce and clip and display the data in Google Earth Engine platform. Then how to make the time series chart for NDVI MODIS data, and how to export any shape file, okay, from using the Google Earth Engine platform, and calculating the any indices from satellite imagery such as NDVI, NDWI or other indices, how you can easily calculate it. Okay, so basically this is our course content, and within 2 hours we will try to complete. Okay, and of the rest of the we will complete it the next day, okay, which will not be completed within 2 hours. Okay, so let's start. So
Okay.
first of all, Earth Engine public data catalog. Okay, so Earth Engine has a public data catalog. Here we can get the lot of data sets such as Landsat, Sentinel, and we can also get the subdivision of Landsat, suppose raw data, top of atmospheric, surface reflectance. Okay, then we can get the different types of MODIS data set, daily, okay, daily, monthly, okay, and we can get the MODIS LST, MODIS NDVI, all of the products for MODIS we can easily get using the Earth Engine public data catalog. We can also get the different types of train dataset, suppose NASA SRTM dataset and other dataset. We can get the lot of dataset from the Google Earth Engine public data catalog, and this is the main link for the Earth Engine data catalog. Okay, so I will simply try to show you that. I simply copy this link from here and open a browser in here. We can get all of the data set for Earth Engine data catalog. Here you can see Landsat, MODIS, Sentinel. Okay, you can see there the climate and weather data set, surface reflectance data set, climate data set, atmospheric data set, weather, different types of weather data set, different types of imagery, Landsat, Sentinel, MODIS. Okay, we can get the different types of train data set, land cover data set, cropland data set. Okay, there the lot of data set will be available in Google Earth Engine public data catalog. Okay, so first of all I will try to show you that how you can easily import. Okay, so I go to my slide to second day. So I will try to show you that how you can easily import your own data set. Okay, so how you can easily import your own data set. It can be any data set, how you can easily import in the code editor. Okay, so how to import the data set from Earth Engine data set. Okay, so we already know about the Earth Engine data set. From the link we can get all of the data set. Okay, and you will try to show you that how you can easily import this data set in your code editor. Then how to filter this data, Suppose you want to filter this data, you need this data only for a specific time period, or you need this data only for a specific area. Okay, how you can easily filter all of this characteristic I also try to discuss. Then how to reduce this image collection. Okay, so here we can see there are a lot of image collection, then how you can easily reduce this image collection and you can get this result. Then how to clip on your shapefile. Okay, suppose if you have a own shapefile, suppose if you have a own shapefile for India, so now you want to calculate it the NDVI for the total country boundary shapefile for India. Okay, so then you need to use the clip function. Okay, so I also try to discuss all of the details. Then how to display the result on the map in Google Earth Engine platform. Then how to reproject it the scaled pixel value. Okay, we will cover all of the things one by one. Okay, so let us start. I simply suppose in this time I want to work with the MODIS NDVI, this data set. I simply click on the MODIS. Okay, so here I can get all of the MODIS data set. We can get the daily products for the MODIS satellite. We can also use here the derivative data set. You can see. Okay, we can get the lot of data set about the MODIS. You can see this is the MODIS land surface temperature, 8-day global, 1 kilometer resolution. You can also see the gross primary productivity, 8-day global. You can see the net EVA transportation. You can get this data set. You can get here the train vegetation indices. Okay, lot of data set, and all of the data set we can use the same procedure for import, filter, reduce image collection. All of the process will be the same. Okay, so suppose in this time I want to work with this data set, MODIS vegetation indices. Okay, and for this I can simply click to here. You can see all of the information about this data set. You can see this is the data set availability date. We can get this data set. It will be start from the year of 2000 and present date 2022, available between this time period. Also you can see this is the dataset provider. Okay, this is the dataset provider. Okay, also you can see Earth Engine snippet. Earth Engine snippet is a code. Suppose you can see this is the code, and this code is specified, or this is the unique ID. This is the unique ID for this dataset. Okay, we can easily use this ID for access this dataset. Also you can see the resolution of this dataset, 250 meter. You can see this dataset has the two band. First band is the normalized difference vegetation index, another band is the enhanced vegetation index. Okay, also you can see the description about the description of this band. Okay, you can see all of the information about this band. Okay, so now I want to work with this dataset and I want to make a NDVI map for India or Bangladesh or other any region. Okay, so first of all I can simply open my code editor. Okay, I simply open my code editor. So first of all you can see in this session we will learn about how to import data selection, then reducer, then clip to the geometry or shapefile in Google Earth Engine. So Google Earth Engine public data catalog includes the variety of standard earth science raster data set. Okay, you can import this data set into your script. So this is our script. If you want you can simply search here. Suppose I simply search here MODIS NDVI. Okay, you can see here, we can see this is the Terra vegetation indices. So this is our data set. This data set I want to work in this time. I simply click to here. You can get all of the information, and this information is the same with this information which I can get the Earth Engine public data catalog. Okay, this information and this information is the same. Okay, so first of all you need to import this data set in your code editor. We can import this code editor in the two way. If you want, you can simply click on the import. This dataset will be imported in your code editor. So I simply click to import. You can see this dataset will be imported. Okay, and here you can see this is the default variable name, image collection. Okay, this is the default variable name, image collection. If you want, you can change it or not. It's totally depend on you. So you can see this is the one procedure for you can simply open this dataset. This is our dataset, and then click to the import. Then this dataset will be imported. This is the one way. Another way is that if you want, you can see this dataset has a unique ID. It's called the Earth Engine snippet. Okay, if you want, you can also copy this Earth Engine snippet from here. Suppose I simply copy this unique ID and paste here in my code editor. After this, I simply give a variable name. Modis. Okay, so now you can see this dataset will be also imported. So we can import our dataset in the two way. If you want, you can simply search this dataset and you can find out your dataset in this is my dataset. Then simply click to here, then click to the import. This dataset will be imported. Or if you want, you can simply copy this collection snippet from here and paste in your code editor and give a variable name like this. Okay, and this is the also same task will be happened. So this is the two way for import your own dataset, and this is the same for all of the dataset. For the Landsat, then Sentinel, all of the image collection, we can easily use this imported the same way. Okay, so I hope you understand how you can easily import this dataset. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now you can see here this dataset will be imported, and image collection is a default variable name. So I want to change the name. You can use any name. I simply use here this name is the Modis. Okay, and we already know about that this Modis has a two band. Okay, this Modis has a two band. First band you can see this is the NDVI and EVI. I want to work with the NDVI, so I want to select my specific band. Okay, so I simply take a variable and give this variable name is the Modis NDVI. You can use any variable name. Okay, so you can see here in this time this is my image collection, and it will be stored under this variable Modis, and Modis has a two band NDVI and EVI. Okay, from the two band I want to select only for the one band. Okay, so that's why I simply call my whole collection. So this is my whole collection. It will be stored under this variable Modis. I simply call him and paste here. After this, I simply use a function. It called the select. So select is a function. It's selecting in a specific band. In this time, I want to work with this band NDVI. Okay, I simply copy this band name and paste here. So now this select my specific band NDVI, and it will be stored under this variable Modis NDVI. So in this time I want to check how many images will be available for the whole world between this time period. You can see between this time period year of 2000 to present time, how many images will be available for NDVI for the whole world. Okay, I want to check it how many images will be available. So for this I simply use a print function. Okay, I want to print what I print. I want to print how many NDVI images will be available for the whole world between this time period year of 2000 to present time. I simply paste here, and then I simply use here the size function. Size is a function. It's determine how many images will be available. Okay, so I simply click to the run. You can see it will be you can see we can get total 507. We can get total 507 images between this time period year of 2000 to present time. Okay, suppose in this time I want to work for the any specific time period. Suppose I want to make the NDVI map for the year of 2015 or for the year of 2015 to 20. Okay, I want to check for my specific time period. Okay, so when you want to work with the specific time period, you need to add here the a filter date function, because I want to filter my specific time period. Okay, so for this I simply call a variable and give this variable name is the filter NDVI. You can use any variable name. You can see here these 507 images it will be stored under this variable modis ndvi. Okay, and this image represented the from year of 2000 to present time, but I want to need only for the specific time period. Suppose I want to need the images for the year of 2015 to 2020. For the 5 years I want to get the this is my specific time period. Okay, so for this I simply call this modis ndvi, because it will be stored total 507 images for the whole time. Then I simply use here the filter date function. Okay, you can see, then I simply put here my start date and end date. Okay, so I simply put here my start date will be 2015 1st January. Okay, and end date will be that I simply put here the end date 2020, suppose 2020 1st January. Okay, between the 5 years I want to calculate the ndvi. Okay, so I simply select my my specific time period. Suppose I want to calculate how many images will be available between this time period. Okay, I want to check it, so I simply use a function, it's called the print function, and then I simply call the filter ndvi and paste here. After this I simply use here the size function. Okay, then simply click to the run. So now you can see here, between this time period I can get only for the 115 images for the whole world. Okay, and you can see here this image will be not taken at the same time between this time period year of 2015 to 2020. Okay, so you can see I simply take you so you can see what's the specific time it will be taken. So I just print this variable and I can get here the total 115 element. It means that it has the total 115 images, and you can say check all of the date from the feature. You can get here 0 is referred to the first image. Here we can get this image. This image will be captured year of 2015 1st January. Second image will be captured year of 2015 17 January. The third image will be captured year of 2015 2nd February. Okay, we can get all of the specific time period. Okay, for the 5 years we can see this image will be not captured at the same time between this time period. Okay, we can get total 115 images, and this image will be taken at the different time of the of this time period. Okay, so that's why in this time I want to calculate the average ndvi between this time period. Here I can get total 115 images. Okay, and I want to get here the 150 images average result. I want to take from here the 150 images average result or average ndvi. Okay, or average pixel value. I want to calculate it total 115 images from I want to calculate it from those images average. Okay, so for this I simply take a variable and keep this variable name is the mean ndvi. You can use any variable name. Then you can see here this 115 images will be stored under this variable filter ndvi. Okay, I simply copy and paste here. After this I simply use a function, it's called the reduce function. Reduce is an statistical function. Okay, it calculated the different types of statistical parameter such as average, then standard deviation, or max or mean, then mode, median, all of the statistical it will be calculated. In this time I want to calculate the total 150 images. From the total 115 images I want to calculate the mean or average. Okay, so I simply use a function ee.reducer.mean. Okay, so now it will be calculated the mean result or average result between this time period all of the images. Here you can get total 115 images. So now it will be calculated the total 115 images average pixel value. Okay, and it will be showing my map. So now I want to show this result. So for this I simply use here the map.add layer, and this is my object. I simply copy and paste here, then click to the run. You can see a new layer will be added here, and now it will be calculated for the whole world NDVI map. But we did not add any visualization parameter, so that's why we can get totally ash color map. Okay, so now I want to add here the visualization for the looking good. Okay, so for this I simply go to this image information sheet, you can see, and from this I simply copy this visualization parameter from here. Okay, I simply copy and paste here. In this time you can see in this code they are used make a dictionary, they are use here the curly bracket, and within this dictionary they are provide mean pixel value. It will be showing the mean pixel value from 0 and up to 8000, and it also showing the different types of color plated like this. Okay, so now I want to add this visualization parameter with my map. So we already know about that. After the object name, this is my object, after the object we always put here the visualization parameter. So in this time my visualization parameter variable name is the ndvi vis. I simply copy and paste here. Okay, then click to the run. So now we can get the colorful map for the whole world ndvi. So here you can see now it display data on the map. You can see how fast it works. We have calculated the mean of all images between the year of 2015 to 2020 within a minute. We can calculate it for the whole world. Okay, so now you can see it will be working, and we can get the whole country NDVI map. Okay, within a minute. Okay, so now if you want, suppose I need this map only for my specific country boundary shape file or any shape file. Okay, then we also need to use here the clip function. Okay, so for this, first of all I simply you can and previous class I also tried to show you that how you can easily import the shape file using the asset tab. Okay, and I also try to show you that US DOS web dataset for country boundary shape file, US DOS this website. Okay, so I want to simply import this dataset in here because I want to show this map NDVI map for country boundary of India. So I simply imported this large international boundary polygon. I simply import this dataset, and then I simply filter my specific country boundary. Okay, then we will show this result in my India. Okay, so for this I simply filter and take my specific country boundary shape file. Okay, for this I simply take a variable, and we already covered this part in our first day classes, how you can easily filter the international boundary polygon. Okay, so I simply use take a variable AOI. After this I simply use here the table. This is my whole collection. Use here the filter, then I simply use here the ee dot filter dot eq. I want to filter it country NA, and it will be just I simply put here the suppose India, and then I simply use here. So you can see I just my shape file, this country boundary shape file for India, it will be stored in a variable. It's called the AOI. Okay, so now I want to show this result only for the map for the India. So for this I need to use here the clip function. Okay, so for this I take the another variable. Suppose this variable name is the study area. Okay, I simply call the mean NDVI and paste here. After this I use here the clip function. I simply use here the clip, and it will be clipping with my geometry. So you can see here my geometry variable name is that AOI. I simply copy the AOI and paste here. Okay, and you can see here now I want to show this result only for the India, and this India clip file will be stored under this variable study area. So this is my final object. So I simply copy and paste here instead of mean NDVI. Okay, and I also focusing the shape file. So I simply use here the map dot center object function. Okay, sorry, this is the map center object function, and this is my AOI, and I zoom level will be 10. Okay, then I simply click to the run. So now I can get this result only for India. You can see. Okay, so now I can get this result for here. Suppose you need to this result for the another country, so then you can simply use here this country name. Suppose I simply put here this Bangladesh and then click to the run. So now we can get this NDVI map for Bangladesh.
Sir, can we export this to
Yeah,
some
yeah,
other
yeah.
format?
You can easily export this map as a TIFF format and use it the ArcMap or QGIS software for making the map layout and other things. We can easily do. Actually, we can do all of the things in Google Earth Engine platform. After this, we need to export this map as a TIFF format. Okay, as a TIFF format, because this TIFF format will be supported in ArcMap or QGIS software. Then we can easily make the map layout. Okay, for our research paper or presentation work, we can easily make the map using the ArcMap software or QGIS software. Okay, so we can also, I also try to show you this part, how you can easily export this map as a TIFF format and work with the ArcMap software for making the map layout. Okay, don't worry. And in this course, we also completed all of the things. Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now you can see this is the map for Bangladesh, and any country what you need, just you can simply, and if you want, and I also try to show you that how you can easily make the time series chart for NDVI, all of the things we will details. Okay, and if you want, you can also check here. Suppose Australia, simply use here the Australia, then click to the run. So now we can get this NDVI map for Australia. So you can see. Okay, so this is the map for NDVI map for the Australia. So now it has a also problem. You can see here. We already know about that for the NDVI. NDVI range between -1 to +1, this range. Okay, this NDVI value range. But if you want to check, I simply click the inspector and click on the map for the any portion. You can get this value is not the within our range between -1 to +1. So this is the another problem. So for this, we need to also work with the reprojected this scale value. Okay, we need to reprojected this scale value. Then we can easily handle this problem, and then we can get this result within between this range of NDVI from -1 to +1, between this range. Okay, so now I also try to show you this part, how you can easily reprojected this scale factor, and we can get our result between -1 to +1. Okay, so first of all, we need to reprojected this scale factor. Okay, so you can see here, this is the filter NDVI, and you can see this filter NDVI, we can get total how many images. You can see how many images will be available. You can check from here. 115 images. Okay, but this 115 images is not reprojected. Okay, so that's why in this time we need to reprojected this scale factor, so that we can get this result. Okay, So for this I take a variable. I want to make the reprojected. You can see this 115 images, this image is not reprojected this scale value. Okay, so now I want to just reprojected this all of the images, reprojected all of the images, then I can get my required scale value between within -1 to +1. Okay, so for this I simply take a variable. Okay, I take a variable and give this variable name is the scaled NDVI. After this I simply call my, you can see this is my 115 images. Okay, and it will be stored under a variable. This variable name is the filter NDVI. I simply copy this filter NDVI and paste here. After this I need to use a function, it's called the map function. So mainly map is a function. This function it will be just connecting with your function with your whole collection. Okay, so I simply use here the map function. Oh sorry, so this is the map function. Okay, and then I use a function. Okay, and we already know about the function, how we can define the function in JavaScript programming language. We already know about that. Okay, so first of all you need to use here the function, then we need to use here the parenthesis. Between this parenthesis we use here the element. So in this time I simply give the element name is the img. Okay, after this we need to use here the curly bracket. So I simply use here the curly bracket. Between this curly bracket I just put here my argument. In this time I want to reprojected this scale factor, so I want to return. I simply use here the returned. This return would be image. This is my element name image. So you can see here this is my image information sheet. I simply go to the image information sheet and click on the band. Okay, here you can see this is my NDVI band, and for the NDVI they already provide this scale value. Okay, this is the scale value for the NDVI band. Okay, so now I just multiply with this scale value with my whole collection, then it will be reprojected. Okay, so I simply copy this value and then I just simply use here the multiply function, because I want to multiply it with my collection. Okay, so it will multiply with my collection. So you can see here this is our function. Here I use the filter NDVI because this filter NDVI stored the total 115 images. Okay, and this 15 images is not reprojected. Hello everyone, our registration is open for the 13 batch for the beginners online training on Google Earth Engine for remote sensing analysis. So in this time if you want you can book your seat with 50% discount, and you can get the 50% discount and you can easily register with our institution for learn all of the things. You can see this is our course content. So mainly in this course I will focus only for the beginners who don't have any programming language and who don't have any knowledge about the Google Earth Engine. Okay, so that's why I simply try to start with the beginners level, and this course duration will be 3 days, and you can get all of the benefits. If you can get the course certificate, you can also get the all of the course material, practice course, you can also get the recorded classes, and if you also get the lifetime teaching support. Okay, so I hope this course is the very efficient for the beginners who want to learn about the Google Earth Engine platform. Okay, so if you want you can easily register and you can easily contact with this number and email for booking your seat. Okay, thank you.